Hello students, so welcome to the online class of class 11 English. Today I will be starting with a new poem from your English textbook. This poem is from your third chapter. The chapter name is The Laburnum Top and the poem is written by Ted Hughes. Okay, this is a poem and the poem is written by Ted Hughes. Today I will be explaining this poem. So this poem is actually a mutual relationship between the laburnum tree and the goldfinch bird. So at first we have to know that about the laburnum tree and the goldfinch bird. Laburnum tree is a short tree with hanging branches, yellow flowers with poisonous seeds. Again I am repeating it. Laburnum tree is a short tree with hanging branches, yellow flowers with poisonous seeds. Okay, and the goldfinch bird is a small singing bird, okay, with yellow feathers on its wings. Okay, so this is all about a mutual relationship between the laburnum tree and the goldfinch bird. The tree is yellow, silent and death-like. Okay, and the tree is made alive by the bird and her young ones. The yellow bird, this goldfinch bird is actually a yellow colored bird and it has its shelter on this tree, okay, and where she feeds her young ones. But as soon as the goldfinch bird just leave the tree and fly towards the sky, the tree again becomes lifeless, still and silent. Okay, so this poem is actually about a mutual relationship between the goldfinch bird and the laburnum tree. So now I will be starting with the poem and along with that I will give you the explanation. The laburnum top is silent, quite still. So at first the poet starts with the description of the laburnum tree whose top is silent and still. In the afternoon yellow September sunlight, a few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen. So it was the afternoon time in the month of September, and the poet describes that the trees whose leaves had turned yellow and all of its seeds had fallen. That means it is the autumn season and the few leaves had turned yellow and all the seeds had fallen down. Okay, so at first the poet starts with the description of the laburnum tree. The poet has used the word yellow for leaves along with the afternoon yellow September sunlight. Okay, so here the yellow symbolize silent, still and beauty. Okay, till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, startlement at a branch ends. So the lifeless tree becomes alive by the arrival of the goldfinch bird, and when she arrives at the end of the branch of the tree with a chirping sound. Okay, so the lifeless tree becomes alive with the arrival of the goldfinch bird, and when she arrives at the end of the branch with the chirping sound. Twitching means sudden jerk movement, chirrup means sound of the birds, startlement means sudden shock. So here, then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness. So here the poet draws a comparison between the goldfinch movement with the movement of the lizard. So here the poet used a simile. Okay, so the goldfinch bird further moves to the other side of the branch of the tree with a rapid and precautionary movement just like a lizard. So here the poet has used a simile. Okay, abrupt means rapid. She enters the thickness. So as she moves towards the thickness of the branch of the tree, a machine starts up. Okay, so of chittering, a tremor of wings and trilling. So as the goldfinch bird moved towards the thickness of the branch of the tree and her young ones started to create chattering sound, and tremor of wings means doing vibration with the wings, and trilling means sound of birds, chirping sound of the birds. So here The poet has also used a poetic device, that is metaphor. A machine starts off of chittering. So the noise created by the young ones is compared with the noise of the machine. So here the poet used a metaphor in this line. The whole tree trembles and thrills. So because of the movement of the birds and the young ones, the goldfinch bird had a shelter in this tree, and she just arrived at the tree to feed her young ones, and the young ones started to make chirping sound. Okay, so because of the movement of the bird, the goldfinch bird and its young ones, the whole tree started to shake and thrills means sudden feeling of excitement. So the tree is personified here. So the poet has used a personification in this line. The tree has been personified here, and you can see the poet has used another poetic device, tree trembles. Both the words started with T sound. This is an example of alliteration. In the first stanza also you will get one alliteration. In the second line, September sunlight. Okay, September sunlight. Both the words are started with H sound. Okay, so as it is starting with H sound, so this is an example of alliteration. Okay, so it is the engine of our family. So as the engine is the source to run the machine. The engine is a source to run the machine. Without the engine, a machine cannot able to start to run. Okay, so the bird is compared to the engine here. The bird is compared to the engine here because she is the feeder of her young ones. She used to arrive at the laburnum tree for feeding her young ones. So it is the engine of her family. She stokes it full. Stoke means to add fuel. So she had arrived at the branch of the tree to provide food for her young ones. Then flirts out to a branch end. Flirts out means lead on to or moves to. Okay, so after feeding her young ones, the goldfinch bird just moved to the other end of the branch of the tree, showing her bird face identity marks. Bird means stripe face. So her dark colored stripe face is visible as her body is yellow in color and hides behind the yellow leaves of the laburnum tree. So bird face identity marks. This is an example of another poetic device named transferred epithet. Okay, this is an example of transferred epithet. Then with airy delicate whistle chirrup whispering, she launches away towards the infinite. Airy means weird and strange, and whistle chirrup means gentle whisper, just like the chirping sound of the bird. So after reaching the end of the branch, so she arrived at the branch of the tree to feed her young ones. After it has been completed, it just reached at the end of the branch of the tree, and the bird makes a sweet chirping sound like whispering and flies away towards the infinite sky. And the laburnum tree subsides to empty. Subsides means diminishes. So after when the just goldfinch bird, after feeding her young ones, it just reach at the end of the branch of the tree, it just flies away towards the infinite sky. Then again the laburnum tree, again it makes the tree silent and death like. Okay, so whenever the goldfinch bird used to arrive at the tree and used to just feed her young ones, the tree becomes alive. The tree becomes alive, and without this goldfinch bird and her young ones, the tree again becomes silent and death like. Okay, so this is a poem where the poet is trying to convey one message, that life is a process of exchange and transformation. You can see here the poet portrays a relationship between a mutual relationship between the laburnum tree and the goldfinch bird. So when the goldfinch bird used to arrive at the branch of the laburnum tree, it becomes just alive, but without this goldfinch bird and her young ones, the tree again becomes still, silent and death like. I hope you have understood the poem.